what if I add peanut butter powder? I got a comment from a long-time subscriber the other day asking about putting peanut butter in with my coconut treats. And I'll put the link to the coconut treats up there. Yeah, he suggested it'd be like Almond Joy meets Reese's Pieces. So in preparation for my Talkeetna backpacking trip, I'm making my food, and I'm going to be taking the coconut treats. Those are my favorites. And I'm going to throw some peanut butter in there and see what happens. Here are all the tools and ingredients you need to make the coconut treats with some peanut butter powder. The Diet Mountain Dew is my drink of choice. Others may substitute beer or wine. It's up to you. The only two ingredients you really need are the coconut flakes and the sweetened condensed milk. I like to add nuts and some chocolate chips, and then this time, for the first time ever, I'm going to be adding some peanut butter powder. And I use a season to taste approach with this. It's 14 ounces of the coconut flakes by weight and 14 ounces of sweetened condensed milk by volume. It's just an easy 14 to 14 thing. It's easy to remember when you go to the store. The walnuts, I'll sprinkle those in, and I'll probably chop them up a little finer. Semi-sweet chocolates, you don't want too much because on a hot backpacking trip they'll melt and get messy. And the peanut butter powder, I'm going to do it by color, I think. As I mix it together, will it have the appropriate peanut butter color? I don't know. So this should turn out to be something like a cross between Reese's Pieces and Almond Joy. We'll see. I've had these measuring spoons since I got my first apartment back in May of 1979. And they've been working pretty good. So this is about a tablespoon. I think it's going to need more than that. All right, so I'm going to mix that up and see what it looks like. Well, it's not possible for you to use this, but I may use a season to smell. As soon as I started putting the powder in there and started stirring it, I got a peanut butter smell. And maybe I just season it with the peanut butter powder until it smells right. That's a little dark, but I'm going to throw one more in. So I'm going to start, this is going to be a recipe that has basically close to 3 tablespoons of the peanut butter powder. I have no idea if that's going to be right. I'll have to let you know later. You may think that I came up with exactly 1 cup of chopped walnuts on a reason. And actually the reason is that I'm having friends over for dinner on Friday night, and I needed 1 cup of chopped almonds for a Swedish apple cake that I'm going to make. They're friends from Sweden. And 2 cups of chopped walnuts came out of the bag. So that's how I figured out how much to put in this recipe. It's what was left over for what I need to the apple cake. So here all the dry ingredients are mixed together. And as I was stirring, I realized that how is this going to be a cross between Reese's Pieces and Almond Joy when there's almonds in here? So it's maybe not exactly the right comparison. But almonds are harder nuts, and the walnuts are a little bit softer. And for this kind of a treat, I wanted a softer nut. You could put chopped almonds in here. I think that would be great too. As you're stirring this, roll it over a few times. Make sure that there's nothing that's dry. We need that sweetened condensed milk on everything. That's what holds the little cookie things together. So stir it up, dig around, flip it from the bottom up. You can see there's been a significant amount of taste testing done, and these have passed the taste test. These are great. As I mentioned with the non-peanut butter version of the coconut treats, they start out right out of the oven at about 100, 110 calories per ounce. When you dehydrate them, it shoves it up to 135 calories per ounce. So I will be dehydrating these as well. I looked at the peanut butter powder, and for what I added to this batch, it added only 100 calories for the whole batch. So out of almost 5 trays on the dehydrator, there's 20 calories extra per tray. And so I'm not going to go through the whole weigh and measure and calculate a new calories per ounce. They taste good. I'm carrying them. The coconut treats with peanut butter and also walnuts and some chocolate chips. They're on the dehydrator right now. There's about 5 trays of them. Took a couple hours actually from beginning to end to mix it all up. There's a little inefficiency, of course, with the video, but not that much. Maybe 15-20 minutes total of overhead added just for the video. So it's a couple hours worth of work to make all of that. They taste really great, and I'm so glad that a subscriber made the suggestion to add peanut butter, because these are my favorite now. And if you have suggestions about things to try, maybe modifications to foods that I've published out here, let me know. I'll give it a try. I'm retired, so when I'm not out backpacking, I'm trying to take a big bite out of the backpacking food. So please like if you liked it, subscribe, and share it too. I'll see you up the trail.